suffocates, whisper in the hall, where justice wears a mask and truth begins to fall. Every thread they pull, every lie they weave, in the courtroom's dance, who's left to believe? Oh, the devil's in the details, hiding in plain sight, innocent until the gavel steals the light. True crime echoes through the hollow night, fighting injustice with no end. The devil's in the details, hiding in plain sight, innocent until the gavel steals the light. True crime echoes through the hollow night, fighting injustice with no end in sight. A photograph fades where the truth once stood, blurred lines between the bad and the good. The scales they tilt with every silver tongue, while the broken cry for a song unsung. Black robes sway like shadows on the wall, one wrong word and the mighty fall. Who's a sinner? Who's a saint? The jury's out, but the verdict's faint. Oh, the devil's in the details, hiding in plain sight, innocent until the gavel steals the light. True crime echoes through the hollow night, fighting injustice with no end. The devil's in the details, hiding in plain sight, innocent until the gavel steals the light. True crime echoes through the hollow night, fighting injustice with no end in sight.
Well, hello there, everyone. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a fantastic day today. Good start to the week and all that. Looks like we got a lot of the usuals in the house here. We got Pokey Dots tonight. And we got, of course, our amazing mods, Amanda B. We've got Essie Michael. And I believe Penny might be around somewhere. So that's awesome. We got Jules down under here with us tonight, and a whole host of people. Welcome to one and all. We have almost a full panel tonight. The boss man, DA himself, he won't be here this evening. He is traveling quite a bit this week, so we may get him here and there, but he won't be here tonight. But that's okay. We have everybody else backstage, so and of course, we always have plenty to talk about. We never lack for subject matter, that's for sure. And as usual, it's been a lot happening today. So, but without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and pull everyone up here. So we've got, I'm going to bring up to the stage first, Sir Dego. There we go. There he is.
Forget
Hello
about
there.
it. How are you?
How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you for asking. How are you?
All right, thank you.
Good to know. Good to know.
Are you staying warm? It's frigid.
No, it's freezing here.
I know, yeah.
It's
not as bad today as it has been, but still.
No, we had a bit of a heat wave. It's 28 here. It says the real feel is 5, but it's still cold. Yeah.
Yeah. It's supposed to be 35 here.
Sorry. But yeah, it's freezing, and I'm not happy. But hello, everybody. Thank you all for joining us, I should say. Hello to my moderators. Thank you all for joining me. My producer, Mikey, with the last 24. My videographer, Molly. Thank you, all of you, so much for joining us tonight. And thank you to all of the moderators and the other 2 channels as well. You guys are all so very amazing, and I appreciate each and every one of you so very much. Thank you.
That's right. We are so lucky with the 3 communities to have the amazing mods, amazing, chats and our audiences. It's just amazing. So
And my
so
HR
happy to be a
person.
part of that.
I'm sorry, I forgot Meg, my HR girl. So yes,
Oh, but yep, can't forget that.
my apologies, guys. Too many to remember, but you're all amazing. Yeah, I was gonna say the other day between Logan's channel, the Devil's Advocates channel, and my channel, the crew of people together, like we have some amazing people, guys. Truly and
We
honestly,
do.
all of them. Bianca,
We can.
Mandy, Essie, all of them. They're so amazing. Every one of them.
Yep.
Pennywise.
We're very fortunate, very
Yeah,
fortunate. So,
very much so.
and speaking of Logan, I'm going to go ahead and bring her to the stage next. There she is. Hello.
Hello, how are you guys?
Bros and
Good.
hoes.
How are you? Yeah, bros and hoes.
Bros and hoes, bros and hoes.
We're bringing British tonight.
We're being
Hello,
British
God bless.
today.
Hello.
No, but yeah, we have some amazing people, mods and stuff in chat, and I truly think they are what makes the show. Their comments,
Agreed.
their feedback, their thoughts,
Yep.
their triggers,
That's right.
they're the bomb.com.
I say it every day.
Where
I
would
would
we
not
be without
exist
them?
without them. That's right.
Speaking
That's
of
right.
which, we got some interesting comments already on the Guthrie case that I haven't heard yet, so I'm interested to talk about that.
Awesome.
Oh, very
Absolutely.
good.
We
Very
will
good.
definitely.
Feedback is
definitely.
amazing.
We'll get into that.
Mhm.
All right. So let me go ahead. I'll bring up JJ to the stage.
Hey, he's with us.
JJ,
Yay.
State of the Deep
JJ!
himself. How are you tonight, sir?
What's up, brother?
I'm great. How you guys doing? What's up, Robin? What's up, Dago? What's up, Logan? What's up,
Hello.
1-1?
How
Wherever
was
you
your
are.
day?
Hello
Yeah,
to the
we'll get him.
denizens and the meatballs and the mods.
Hope you didn't work too hard today, bro.
No, man. And I feel bad. You guys are talking about the cold and the snow. It's been like spring in the mountains. We've had the lowest snowfall in 47 years where I live.
Wow.
We're getting it all. That's why.
Yeah, it's like an inversion, man. We've had like crazy, unseasonably warm and sunny weather up here,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
it's not good for the fire potential in the spring
Right.
and summer.
Right.
But I hate the cold, so I'm like, hey,
Molly,
as long as we get rain in the spring, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Molly was saying that too.
Yeah.
She lives actually in Idaho and said that they're not getting any snow. And she said if they don't get snow in the mountains, the reservoirs don't fill up. So
Right.
they're praying for that kind of stuff out that way. It's weird because they always get all the snow. So
Yeah, and
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
the thing is when you live in the mountains, there's wildfires all over in the West and Canada, and it all comes here and it'll get captured in the mountains. So it's literally like a thick layer of smoke every day and night, and it sucks when it's like that.
I bet it's crazy.
It's actually about 40 degrees right now in the Chicagoland area, so that's not bad. I'm digging it.
It's better that I'd take that any day right now. I'm sick of being
Yeah.
up below zero all the time.
Logan, are you near Chicago?
I am near Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah. All right. I will go ahead and bring up 1-1 here. Here he is. Hello there. How are you, sir?
Evening, everyone.
What up, 1-1
Hi,
in the
guys.
easy?
JJ, Logan, Dago, Robin. I'm
Yeah.
cold. I'm tired of pissing icicles.
I get it.
Yeah. He's quite the dog trainer.
There's the visual. Here we go.
Hey, the things we do for our animals, right?
I guess so.
Oh,
Yeah.
Right. That's the truth.
Yep.
Well,
How's
what you see
how's
the
New
thing
York?
here, sir.
Yeah. I'm sorry,
How's the
Robin.
what?
Go ahead with what you said, Robin.
I was just gonna
No,
say I was just
no, I
gonna go
didn't.
ahead and let you read us in
Oh,
here.
yeah. I just said, how's New York treating you?
Oh,
Oh, New York. It's good. Same.
What's the weather like out there today?
cold?
Like what cold?
Uh,
Like 1 cold or 21 cold?
Nah, right now it's like 20 degrees, but it was like 0 earlier. But it actually warmed up a little bit, little bit. But the last like 2 days it was like below. I think it was minus 5.
Same
yesterday.
here.
Wow.
It's ridiculous.
every little bit helps.
Yeah, and I don't know what's
Yep.
going on because I hear it's minus 5, and then I hear like birds across the street. So I don't
It's
know
weird.
what's going
Very
on.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah.
same here.
All right. Is it good to be alive in the den on a Monday night?
Always.
Yeah.
Here
You
we
know it.
go. Juliana, Jackson, and my beautiful wife. Love you guys. Have a good night. Silence doesn't arrive all at once. It creeps in. It replaces voices. It fills the gaps where questions used to live. And in this case, the silence is just as loud as the accusations. Before trial begins, before evidence is tested, before a single juror is sworn in, the story is already told. Not in court, but on screens, in headlines, in certainty delivered with confidence and outrage. For years, powerful media figures shaped the storm, commanding attention, driving emotion, declaring guilt through repetition, a familiar voice, a moral hammer, a narrative enforcer, until one day that voice grows quiet, not announced, not explained, just gone. A disappearance not of a person, but of presence, of commentary, of certainty. November 2022, Moscow, Idaho. 4 students murdered in the dark. A crime so violent it fractured a town and captured a nation. The Idaho 4. The fear was instant, the outrage relentless, and the demand for a villain overwhelming. A name emerged, Brian Koberger. From that moment forward, the narrative hardened. Questions were replaced with conclusions. Judgment came before trial. At Devil's Advocates, we slow the story down, we challenge certainty, we question silence. Because history has shown us the loudest voices are not always the most accurate. This is Devil's Advocates, where narratives are challenged, where silence is interrogated, and where truth is never rushed. And with that, live from New York, it's Monday night.
Whoop
All
whoop.
right. Well done. Good night, little 1-1s and Mrs. 1-1. I think that's so cute.
It is so adorable.
Yes. How old are they? 1-1?
My son is 5.5, and my daughter is like 20 months. 20,
Oh my God.
22 months actually.
You got a baby. Yes. Good stuff, bro.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
stuff. Baby, little good. I mean, it said night, little vampires.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Good night, little vampires. She always says that. That's so cute. So, yeah, with the Nancy Guthrie case, the 5 o'clock deadline for Arizona, that came and went, of course, which is not surprising to me, anyhow.
No,
And
I had a feeling it was going to. Yeah.
So we just had a comment in chat, and it was from a couple different people that said they heard on a couple other channels that Nancy hasn't been to church since COVID. So how would one of their church people call her family as missing?
Because she's been doing, you know how they do like the doctor's appointments over the phone on the computer?
Yeah, like Zoom or something.
They're big doing church that way.
Yeah.
So you can see everybody else who's in there that way as well. Interesting.
I guess they can log in and they can tell if you're there or not there because they call you out, say hello to you and stuff like that. I looked into that too because I was like, what the hell? That doesn't make sense. So
yeah, they can take attendance that way, the same as they do if you physically go to church and sign the the attendance
good old Zoom
book or whatever.
Good. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
I've never been to Zoom church,
yeah.
as you can tell.
Me neither, but I know a lot of places they went to that over COVID. So
yeah, she because of her immune, she was older, and the COVID thing, my understanding, scared her, and it was easier just to stay home and not, that kind of stuff. So
sure.
JJ, I have a question for you. What do you think about the intruders being in there with Nancy for 41 minutes?
Good question.
Oh, you're
muted.
muted.
You're muted, bud. There you go.
Sorry, guys. Dago, I was listening to your show and I listened to Logan's show. And in my mind, what kept screaming out to me was, it sounds almost like a crime was committed and then the whole ransom thing was just a diversion. It was just something that had it like it wasn't a kidnapping, and somebody that maybe knew her or knew the family or had some connection to them in some way. So not necessarily a family member, maybe somebody peripherally connected to them that Nancy would have been comfortable being around, and then something went squirrely, and that the ransom thing was just a diversion to try to divert attention away from that aspect of it. I don't know. That's just my initial instinct.
It's a good point.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That makes a lot of sense.
41 minutes is a long time. 41 minutes. Usually, in the house with her. Home invasion robberies don't last 41 minutes. They usually get in. Even if you have a, if you want to call it a professional crew or whatever you want to label them as, 41 minutes, awfully long time.
Yeah.
Now,
it's just about the money. You would want the money as quick as possible and this person off your hands as quick as possible.
Thank you.
The fact they're lagging and stuff makes it seem like what JJ said.
Yep.
And plus, if it was just about the money, you wouldn't need to hurt the person. And there was blood on the porch, right? So if it was just about the money, you're reducing your chances of getting it if they know that the person was injured.
Yes.
And so, or you at least change the dynamics of it from just a kidnapping to a violent crime. But you guys, can you give me some more of the details? Because I was trying to catch up a little bit today. Who are the people that are, as of now, are peripherally connected to the case? Like, who are the key players as of now?
Savannah, her sister's husband, their brother Cameron,
the son.
And that's pretty much. There hasn't really been anybody else brought out on it, JJ. Like, no,
not yet.
I think in my show, we talked about possible like groundskeepers and pool people and like maybe somebody like an aide that may come and help, but none of those people have been talked about. So that's it. That's really all there is, as far as I can tell.
And JJ also, I mean, this isn't new. We already know this. Normally with like a kidnapping ransom type thing, you wouldn't send a note to TMZ. Like,
right.
No,
it's like completely weird. off the charts. You want, if anything, you want less law enforcement involved. So the fact that they went to TMZ, I know there's a little. I was watching something earlier. We're not really 100% sure, I guess, with the timeline. Did they notify a local news first, and they kind of ignored it, and then they went to like, we don't know 100%. Did they go to TMZ first or the local? But either way, the fact that they went to TMZ's involved, or even just going to the media itself, you would contact the family first.
And that's what I'm going to point out. I'm glad you said that. I was going to point something out that was brought up in my chat in my show earlier, and I didn't really address it then, but I just saw it in this chat here too. I'm curious what your guys' thoughts are, especially JJ, for relative reasons. Could this possibly be, because we see this happen all the time, a distraction for something bigger?
Oh yeah, I was just going to say that. I mean, whenever there's I always say it, high profile events.
Yeah.
And a famous TV personality, a family member of hers, this ransom thing goes to TMZ, like a platform with a massive reach and following, unfortunately, but they do. That always raises red flags with me. It just always does. And the people like think I'm crazy who don't understand the foundation of why I think that way. There's always the media is always used for manipulation.
Of course.
And even if it's what they choose to report on, right? So even if it's not bullshit stories, but like let's say they choose to focus on salacious things, divisive is a big one. They love to latch on to stuff that's divisive.
Right.
I would not rule out. We joked about it when we first talked about this. I would not rule out they try to somehow insert a political angle into this. That I wouldn't even blink if that happened. I mean, it wouldn't. So, but now Megyn Kelly's all over it, and I heard her talking with Nancy, with your Dago, your pal Banfield,
Brian Enton.
And Brian Enton. So I can just see some angle. Like we did that poll the other night. Like, what is going to be the angle? Because there will be some angle. I can almost guarantee it.
I can agree. And it's interesting because we have a couple big things going on right now around. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we have the Olympics going on, which is it could be a quote unquote dangerous situation. There's something could be connected with that in some way. We have a lot of other political stuff that we don't really talk about, but it is still going on out there. So I got to go with you on that, Joe.
You got the right. So she went missing right after this recent release of the Epstein.
That too. That was a big one I was mentioning. Yeah.
Right. And it's just like it's one of those things that if you pay attention to this kind of stuff, you can almost predict when something crazy is going to happen. Because when one big issue, high profile issue is taking a lot of attention, right, from the public, and that certain entities don't want that attention, there's always another major high profile event that happens. It's just always happened that way.
And Penny just said that Nancy's husband used to work for the Clintons. So, and also Savannah's husband. Yeah. Savannah's husband, I think their name was on the list as well, which doesn't mean it's a bad thing. It just means it was on that list. There's a lot of people on that list.
Right. And the way that I frame things is it's like most people, and this was me for many, many, many years, I never really paid that close attention to the news. Right. I would watch it, like everybody else, and I would whatever. This is going on, that's going on. But I never thought past that. I never questioned why certain stories were always being reported. But when you look at the timing of things, at this point in time, we all have to start paying better attention to the timing of big events, because I would love to find somebody in one of the, either the Den or the Meatballs or through the mods that's really good with statistical analysis. Because I'm not good at it. I studied it in college out of necessity only. I hated it. But I bet if you did statistical breakdowns of these things, the chances of all these things happening so close together would be statistically very, very improbable.
Sure. Yeah.
I want to say thank you, Gulf Coast, for the super chat. I appreciate you so much.
Oh, and thank you, Logan, for reminding me. Early on, Suzanne Silverstein, before we even got started, dropped one. Thank you so much for that as well. You guys are amazing. God bless.
Nice.
Thanks, Logan, for reminding me.
Gulf Coast said, if I ever go missing or killed, I want y'all to investigate because we are awesome. Heck yeah, we will. We got you. Don't worry.
Absolutely.
And if I go missing, don't bother. just don't bother.
You're with the CIA. We already know that, Joe. It's all
yeah. We'll know where you are. It's all right.
If I go missing, you'll know. It's just don't talk about it.
Absolutely.
I'm curious if the date that she was taken has any significance for themselves, the family, or anything.
That's a good question. That's an interesting point, actually.
Yeah.
What was
That
the
would be very
actual date
interesting to
that it
know.
was listed as her missing date? Does anybody know the exact date?
It was 8 days ago, so the 31st. Yeah. Was it the 31st or the 1st?
I think it was January 31st.
I want to say the 31st.
So,
or is something going on within the family to where, you know, is one of the grandkids in trouble and they need money, or the, you know, just anything like that?
It said,
good point.
It was early hours of Sunday, February 1st.
Okay, so the 1st. Okay.
The 1st. So the 1st of February. Okay.
She was last seen on the evening of January 31st.
Okay.
After returning from family, dinner.
Okay. And I know that they said a few days before she went missing, there was a full-sized, like, white service type van in the area, and neighbors said that it was unmarked, which was kind of weird. And it may, I say may because we don't know exactly, but it may have been spotted at that Circle K there in Tucson.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the gas station. So
were they casing the neighborhood at that point, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, if that could be possible, because, you know, for it to be that type of van and not be marked at all,
yeah,
that's a little odd.
It is.
So
agreed. Definitely something that would probably should be paid attention to. I agree with that.
And you know, the thing with what Logan brought up, you made me think of some things there, Logan, because, you know, there's a lot of the talk about Illuminati symbolism or Freemason symbolism and things like that are always seem to pop up in these high profile events. Now, I don't know. I'm not suggesting that's what you were getting at, but that's where my mind goes. And someone, Firebox133 said in the chat, like, it's never what it seems. We'll probably never get the truth. There's always things that happen, and it just always seems like it's a little off. Like something about it is who was it? One of us, or maybe a few of the panel, was joking about, I think it was Dago, why can't we just get a cut and dry black and white case anymore?
Yeah.
It's a problem, guys. There's nothing, and I hate to say it like that, but Joe's right. You know, like I've said this multiple times on my channel as well. Nothing is black and white. Nothing is cut and dry anymore. There's always some kind of crazy attachment, you know, worked into these cases now. It's not just Joe Schmo robbed a bank. We got him on camera. Bing, bang, boom. It's done. He's arrested. Goes to court. He's convicted. We're over. It doesn't work that way anymore. It's so insane.
No.
So good point, though. Good point.
And I thought Logan was covering on her show earlier the interview with the family, and she was talking about like the body language and stuff. I thought that was really good.
Yes.
It didn't seem authentic. It really didn't. I hate to go there. I know people react, you know, everyone has different experience, but some of what Logan was describing, I can't say that I have to say that I agree with her. It just didn't seem like a kind of a normal response.
Especially with some of them. Yeah.
I feel like you can visibly and audibly hear and see the difference between Savannah and Annie, especially sitting next to each other. It's very different.
Yeah.
The last one that they did together. Okay. For those of you that don't realize or know, which I'm sure most of you do, there was another video that Savannah did all by herself, which I think we should discuss that too. But watching Annie in the last one they did together disturbed me a bit. I'll be truly honest. Like the whole eye closing thing, it could mean nothing. Okay. But because of what we do, this stuff right here, we have a point of being a little critical on different things because we want to see where the truth lies. So in turn, body language is a big deal. I know a lot of people say body language
is huge.
No, yeah.
Right?
I've always
It's very
believed.
telling.
No way, no way. Body language is great. Body language has helped lead me to some very good arrests.
And you know, if you ever like, I'm gonna get a little bit out in left field, but if you anybody who studied like quantum physics and like parapsychology,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did a project for a class in college on it was based on parapsychology, that branch of psychology, and it like non-local communication, and like how a dog at home, they have cameras, they film the dogs, and when the parent, when their, you know, owners are leaving work, the dogs, like at home, they film them. Like
Yes.
they have like a sort of metaphysical connection to their owners. And this has been tested.
Mm-hmm.
And so the whole body language thing, I truly believe like musicians, because they're super sensitive to sound waves,
Mm-hmm.
tap into, because body language waves, sound waves are electrical energy, right? It literally is connected through energy. That's
Yeah.
a scientific fact, especially if you've ever studied quantum physics at all.
Yep.
Body language to me is an extension of that. You pick up the energy of, and your brain, what you see is connected to what you feel,
Yep.
energy, right? The way your brain perceives things. So I've always had like a sixth sense about people. Like I always picked up on vibes, and I
Mm.
was always really good about that. I hung out in New York City in the pre-Giuliani years when it was kind of rough.
Yeah.
Oh boy,
And I hung out in some rough
Wild Wild West.
areas.
Right.
And all the time. Like, I mean, I literally worked at a music club in downtown New York, and I hung out on the Lower East Side of Manhattan when it was not a
Ugh.
trendy place to
Right.
be. And I used
Mm.
always sense, like, I came so close to getting jumped, walking from work and going to a bar to meet friends. But I just sensed something was off. And I do believe people have that ability.
Agreed.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If you
Yeah,
if you
absolutely.
like going to what he's saying, I studied a lot of that. That's a big thing for me. Levels of consciousness and parapsychology. I love that stuff, guys. I've always been into that. When I used that when I did my whole ghost hunting stuff and all that kind of stuff, it plays out. Everything's created from energy. So if you guys, for instance,
Yep.
I'm sure Logan can play off of this, as well as Robin. Anybody that has an animal, my dog,
Yep.
my dog sits and probably 15 minutes before my wife walks in the door, the dog's standing there watching. The dog knows that she's coming in the door. I
Yep.
understand that they have a timetable in their minds too, but they also sense it. It's almost like they smell them coming. My dog will start barking or run to the door before somebody shows up at my house that we don't even know is coming. It's very weird, but that all plays into that stuff, guys, as far as like consciousness levels and energy and the way energy is put out there and things like that. So it's a very interesting concept, JJ. I love that stuff. Logan, you look like you were going to say something.
Yeah, just real quick. So I've also heard dogs, their scent, they know you're coming home because your scent dissipates throughout the day. And
Right.
when your scent is at a certain level, they know that's the time you're expected to be home. That's part of it too.
Yep.
But yeah, my dog will jump up on the couch as well and look out the window before, I mean, it'll be 3 minutes before another owner with their dog walks by. It's like their senses are just
They
crazy.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I mean, people have part of that too with reading other people and the
Sure.
energy and aura people give off.
I have for you cat people and animal people out there. I have a cool story about a cat. My one of my sisters has always had cats. Like she'll, you know, rescue cats and things like that. And she had a cat. This is years ago. That was totally antisocial. Like if people were at the house, the cat was in the basement, never came up.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody besides my sister, the cat just didn't want to be bothered at all. And I was staying there. I was back visiting from Colorado, and I had my guitar with me because sometimes I would play gigs while I was back there. And we're all just sitting around one day, and I had my guitar out, and I just was sitting there strumming some stuff, just chilling on the couch. People are sitting around, and all of a sudden my sister turns around and goes, "Holy shit." And her cat that never leaves the basement when people are over was sitting right in front of me, just sitting up, staring at me while I was playing, just like in a trance. And like I think that animals pick up on the vibrations, and it affects them.
Yeah, there are some animals who actually do like music. Oh, thank you, Amanda B. Someone out there got a free membership, so
Awesome.
congrats to, looks like that was Pat Dearman, 1950. Congrats to you. Thank you, Amanda B.
Nice.
That's awesome.
You're good with, or you're not playing with that. My dog watches TV, you guys. I'm not kidding.
Mine does too. That's how he falls asleep.
Yeah, same here. He'll watch him sitting there. He sits straight up and stares at it, and he cocks his head back and forth. I'm like, are you really watching? And like, literally, no joke. I about pissed myself laughing the other day. He was watching. We were watching a movie or something. He was watching it, and then we changed the channel. He turned and looked at me, like I wasn't done watching that.
What the heck? I like that show.
It was so funny to me.
Lately, there's been certain men that come on the TV, and Bronx will start growling. It's very strange,
see?
and he never did that before. Before he just got fixed, so he's changed quite a bit. But
sure.
Oh, Bianca, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships. That's so amazing.
Good job, Bianca.
Wow, Bianca's incredible.
That's awesome.
That is so great.
You got some new,
all the new turtles.
Oh, you call them turtles? Okay, I was gonna call them pups. I was calling them pups, but hey, that's awesome.
Yeah, I like that. But yeah, we like the turtles because they're green.
There you go, turtles.
Turtle.
Very turtly.
What do you guys make out of, okay, you know, the perp was in there 41 minutes. What do you make out of them searching the septic tank a couple different times?
That's a good point to bring up, Robin, because I've had lots of questions about that. In fact, I was going to make that a talking point. Do you guys think that and all these other, when they keep going back to their houses, is coming from the kidnappers, like telling them to do certain things? Or do you think it's things that they're following up with based on what they think? That's kind of what I wanted to know from you guys.
I think they're trying to look like they're doing something without actually doing anything.
I love it. That's a good one. That's a good point.
That sounds familiar.
It does, doesn't it? Yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
And I love Logan's comments on Cash Patel.
Oh yeah. Yes.
Oh man. Look, when the Idaho 4 case first happened, I was on like the big, whatever the big Facebook group was at the time. It was a big one.
Yeah.
And as soon as I read that the feds were involved, I said, you can be sure now you're going to be lied to.
Yep. Without a doubt. Thank you, Eric, for the super chat. He says, have you guys watched the latest Forensic Files video? That's about an hour. I have not watched it. And I asked him if he could let us know what the episode is called so we can watch it.
Is it about the Nancy Guthrie thing, or is it about something else altogether?
I'm not sure. It might have something that they talk about that's related to the case. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think Stitches is right. I'm starting to think Pima County trained with Latah County. Starting to make sense now.
Sure is.
Yeah.
I think the fact that they haven't brought any dogs to sniff anywhere, nothing. They haven't done anything as far as organized searches.
Right. One. Isn't it like in a situation like this from a law enforcement angle? Wouldn't you expect some kind of dogs to be out sniffing certain things?
Yes. Logan was talking about it earlier. Like, you would think they would do some kind of big like group search with dogs, you know, the neighborhood, usually the community comes like searching around, but they're making a whole big deal about this ransom note that doesn't even seem kind of legitimate to me. It's
right.
What we were talking about. It to me, it just seems like it's, oh, look at distraction. Look at, focus on the ransom note. But it doesn't seem like a legitimate ransom note.
What if she was wearing like several pieces of jewelry, and while they're taking her, she's dropping a piece of jewelry, and they haven't even done a search like for anything?
Breadcrumbs. Yeah, that's what I wondered. Like a breadcrumb trail. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad that we've gotten to the place in time right now where you have to question if an investigation or a crime is what they tell you that it is.
Right. You're right.
I mean, it's just
100% right.
Another thing regarding our earlier discussion about this, there could be political implications that they don't want to get out.
Good point.
So they're deliberately not telling us what's really going on because, they keep a lot, anything that's political or connected to whatever, money or power, or big cases or whatever. We look at the Idaho 4 case, national security. I mean, this could be one of those situations where maybe we'll never find out, but maybe eventually we find out that something was covered up because they didn't want it to get out to the public.
So I got an email with an update as of 2 hours ago. I guess they went back to Nancy's house and swept the house again. And it says something about new evidence in the kidnapping. Any ideas? Anybody have anything?
No, I didn't hear anything about that. And that's why they should have shut that crime scene down like right away, like not released it. Why would you do that?
Because he just made it as a missing person. And if you have a missing person, it's not, you don't normally make a crime scene for a missing person. But initially the officer showing up on scene you see blood and you see all this other stuff. Her phone is there. It's not a regular missing person. Like it's a missing person, but it's not normal. It's a different circumstance. So absolutely. The crime scene should have been held.
Violent, potential for a violent incident, I guess you would want to say, with there being blood, because it's not like they found her wandering, like she hurt herself inside the house and they found her wandering around outside or something.
Right.
She's just gone with her purse and her phone and...
Piece of Cheese gave us an update and said that JLR said that they had dogs out there a couple days ago. I never saw the dogs, so I was wrong. They did have dogs out there, just for an update.
Okay.
Thank you, piece of cheese.
I never even heard that.
So there's been no reporting on blood inside the house?
No.
Minimal, I thought. I thought that they said there was
minimal. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I mean. It's not like, she cut herself in the house, washing a glass or something, and then went to go get help from some, and her phone's there and medications, her purse. I mean, so to me, that's not just, and she was with it. Like she didn't have dementia or anything like that. So she just didn't go wandering off. So,
because I was going to say, if it was just a stranger, right, you would think there would be a loud commotion if they were taking her out of the house, right? Because someone obviously that they don't know and they're trying to attack them and take them out of there, that would create a lot of commotion. Now they're in a gated community, correct? Right? They lived in a gated community.
No, I don't think it's gated.
Nancy's or
the
mother.
No, I don't think so.
No,
because I heard something. Where did I hear it? Megyn Kelly, maybe, that there were. I thought it was this case where there was law enforcement. It was a gated community, and the people at the gate were just letting them in as if they knew there was an investigation going on. I thought Brian Enton said that.
It's secluded, but it doesn't say that it's officially gated.
Yeah.
Because wouldn't there be cameras at the gate then?
That's what I thought, and a lot more like it. Yeah.
Thank you, Mandy, for the super chat.
It's not. Yeah, it doesn't say it's gated.
Okay,
No,
maybe
just
it
says
was referring to
secluded.
The
something else,
home,
but
yeah, no, it just says the home is located in Catalina Foothills neighborhood. It's an unincorporated community north of Tucson, Arizona. An upscale neighborhood where houses are spaced far apart, heavily surrounded by dense vegetation and terrain. No, it says houses have long driveways, gates, and they're set back from the road. The area is
Yeah,
known for being
but
very
not
dark
gated.
and quiet at night.
Did anybody see the guy that Megyn Kelly had on her show talking about? I guess
Yes.
he used to be a hostage negotiator.
yeah.
Saying
Yeah, I saw
he
that.
believes it's not a real
Yeah.
kidnapping because of certain things.
Yeah, that's my impression when I
Yeah.
heard details was like it sounds like someone just did that.
It doesn't sound like the
Yeah.
person. It doesn't sound like they're interested really in money. Like
No.
ransom it's a business transaction. Usually the people, the people paying want proof of life
Yeah.
Yep.
and want the person back, and that's it. It's
Yeah.
that it's a business transaction. This seems
Right.
anything but that. It doesn't seem like a real ransom.
I wondered if somebody, because of what Savannah does, and this seems to be, in my opinion, based around Savannah at the very least. Okay, I wonder if she pissed somebody off on the show that she's on somehow. Maybe there are
Maybe.
crazy people out here. There's people that'll probably die hard Today Show watchers that she could have said something that pissed somebody off, and are like, you know what, I'll get her back and do something like this, because it doesn't seem, I agree with that, it doesn't seem like the money is the number one issue here.
It's not.
Okay, because I
Right.
sure as hell would not have gone with cryptocurrency, and that doesn't take a brainiac to
Right.
figure that out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you never
I would
knew.
love
Like,
to know what they were taking pictures of in the sister's garage and the one room of the house.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right. And why
Did
they've
they
been
say
back there
which
so many
room of the
times.
house?
I mean, they must have had
That would be
some sort of
interesting.
information that led them there. And that was the first thing they checked into, like kind of investigated was
Sure.
her and those rooms and the garage. So what gave them the inkling that they needed to go there?
Exactly. Exactly. And what were they looking? I mean, were they looking for some sort of DNA, blood evidence? I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
I mean,
very odd.
and I want just to I don't know if this is true or not, but I believe it is. Kim joined me earlier on my show from Typically Unique, and she said, because I was talking about how they took Nancy's vehicle on the flatbed, they took that. They towed Annie and Tomato's vehicle. They took that. Okay. And Kim said she believes that they logged Annie and Tomato's vehicle into evidence and they never gave it back. And a lot of people have said that they haven't been cleared yet, or at least Tommaso hasn't, or whatever his real name is. I hate saying it, you know what I mean? But so it's interesting that is actually if that's a fact, if that's a thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I get why they would take their vehicle if they were the last people to see her and he took her home. I get that too. But why take Nancy's vehicle? She hasn't driven it in quite a while, I'm sure. And why have they not given back the sister, Nancy and Tommaso's vehicle? That's interesting to me, especially if it's logged as evidence.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. And now he's originally from Italy, and
Yeah.
he is a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, to our knowledge, I mean, I don't really know any kind of history on him as far as like any kind of violent tendencies or anything.
Background
Oh,
or
we have a
anything.
gift.
Awesome.
Thank you, Yuri, for the 5 gifted.
nice.
That is so. You guys are so amazing, so generous.
Yeah,
I
you guys are
appreciate
killing
everybody
it.
for being here. We got 5 new turtle
Nice.
turtles.
I just caught that name, Yuri Nuff. That's awesome. I love
That's
that name.
so cute.
I like that.
Whit James had a comment that's interesting. She said, from what I've heard, Savannah did an interview at her mom's home at one point months ago.
She did.
If true, why would she do that for an 84-year-old lady that lives alone? That's a
interesting.
Good question.
It was the homecoming special they did, where she went back to Tucson, showed her roots, blah blah blah. So I remember that. So yeah, that is a good point, JJ. Like, why would you expose your mother, 84 years old, to the world? And you got to wonder, is that what kicked this off?
Yeah, and then it just seems like I don't know, man. It's to the point of it just doesn't seem like they're doing as much as they seem they should be, or not telling us enough. I know that's no big surprise.
Well, you guys,
unless
this could be very
just
simply
not telling us.
Yeah, this could be very simply just a stalker, crazy fan of Savannah's.
It's possible.
It
Truly,
could be,
like,
yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Very
It
simple.
could be possible. I mean, this stuff does happen to them.
Right.
Yeah.
And this would be a way to get her attention. Here I am. Look at me. I got your mom. That kind of thing. And if somebody started planning this 3 months ago when she had that whole homecoming thing that she did, there it is.
I think either way. Oh, go ahead, Logan.
I was just going to say real quick, we should take some time and go back and look at some of the things that Savannah has said just recently in the previous week or two on her shows, and see if she maybe has said something that offended somebody.
Absolutely. That was my point earlier. Right. Very good idea.
And Jules Down Under said something that I hate to say it, but I kind of echo that treating it like a homicide, not a kidnapping, in my opinion. That's what Jules Down Under just said. And, man, I mean, they might know, well, they do know more than they're telling us.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And they could have more evidence that points to that. And that whole ransom thing is either somebody trying to, throw off the investigation, or who knows what else that could be.
Very good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Painted Desert says that JLR was showing a picture of the back of Annie's house. There's a lot of wet sand. They had drones up in the air looking.
Yeah.
Wet sand.
Yeah, they're showing. I've been following, because he tells people to whatever footage he's got to use it to put the word out and stuff, and a lot of people do. But yeah, he's been showing different things. Him and most of the media, they got moved back down the hill yesterday. They couldn't be right there. So they're putting up drones and doing different things, and like showing different aerial, like, background photos of the property and stuff like that. So yeah, he's been doing a lot of that.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and if like you look at, I did not know anything about Savannah Guthrie at all. I didn't even know who she was, but Patty Barnett was saying she was critical of ICE and the Trump administration.
Oh, yeah, big time.
I mean, there's just so much fucked up shit going on right now in the world at large, but in this country, political violence would not surprise me.
No, it would make sense.
April made a good point. April says she was also on benzos and Opusted. She would be in such a bad state of withdrawal without them. There's no way her heart would have even survived that.
Because you guys remember that. Thank you, Logan. I can't remember which message it was, but Savannah said she's in pain every day. Okay, so she's taking some form of that, obviously. So without that, if you're in constant pain and you have a heart issue, the pain is going to cause your heart more issues per se without the relief. So yeah, very good points.
Well, somebody said something about a prank in the chat, and it made me think of the movie Fargo. Do you remember Fargo?
Yeah, I remember that.
It was this goofy guy was trying to, make some money with a kidnapping, and it went sideways, right? That was the whole basis of that movie. Is something that was supposed to be one thing went sideways and turned into something completely different.
And I wondered that, like, what if this was, you guys, like, what if, okay, I do a lot of what if. What if somebody was breaking into Nancy's home, and just the point when she was brought home, she walks in on this, okay? They panic and she gets hurt somehow, hence the blood, okay? And then they panic even more and like, maybe this wasn't planned. I mean, I highly doubt that because it seems like it was, but I'm just saying. And here we are at this point from something like that. What if it was a situation like that? You know what I mean? That was not as planned, maybe as we think, and they were planning it as they go, because
it's possible because you wouldn't see maybe as much of it. Like usually, like someone breaking in and gets caught off guard, and now they attack you. I mean, this is an elderly woman, so it wouldn't take, even if she she screams or tries to fight. I mean, how much is she going to really be able to fight?
Right. Because
I wondered with
like,
the garage door
5'1" or something like that. Yeah.
Now, can you guys explain to me the whole scenario of where she was out with somebody and then came home? Because I missed those details.
Yeah, she took an Uber
out to dinner, right?
She took an Uber to she took an Uber to the family. I mean, I'll pull up. Let me. I'll pull up the timeline. That's what I.
Yeah,
what
she
I
was
remember.
at the daughter's house.
Yeah, I believe she took an Uber there at like. And let me pull it up.
Now, somebody said, and it was on a news station, but I don't remember which one it was. Somebody said on the news that there was an argument or a heated discussion that night between Nancy and I believe her daughter, and it was about financials.
Yes.
I just don't know how true that is, but I did hear that on the news.
Okay, so okay, go ahead.
Go ahead. No,
I was going to say, so Saturday, January 31st, 5:32 p.m. Nancy takes an Uber to her family's home for dinner. 9:48 p.m. Guthrie she's dropped off at her Tucson, Arizona home by a family member. The garage door opens. 9:50 p.m. The garage door closes. Sunday, February 1st, 1:47 a.m. The doorbell camera is disconnected. And what I just read I was looking at another site because it was one of my questions. Even though the doorbell camera was disconnected, I was wondering there should be some kind of footage or something, but it said that I guess the camera that she had, that it just it overwrites itself or whatever. So I guess I'm assuming that there's no cloud. I was hoping that she would have some kind of service. Because like me,
there should still be something archived. I would think that the FBI
I would think so. I would think, but if she doesn't have it, attached to a service, you would think she would. But like I know, like I have the Ring doorbell at my house, and before you even get up to my doorstep, you come up. It has like a motion sensor. So even if you came to my doorstep and you ripped the doorbell off, I will have video of you coming up to my doorstep, and it'll be stored in the cloud. But we don't know. They didn't really give what info, what camera she had.
But the chance.
But you would think that she would have a pretty good security because her home was valued at over $1 million.
Right.
She didn't. She had a Nest camera, and they did not have a subscription to it. Really? So with a Nest camera, it will only send like 3 still frames of when somebody's approaching, and then there's no subscription to it, so they're not getting any video or recording or anything from it. But it's a Nest with no subscription.
Wow,
this tells you. See, this is why you need those subscriptions. So.
Somebody knew that though.
Yes.
Yeah,
you're right.
They had to. So this wasn't just random then. If we're gonna go with that.
Right. 2:12 a.m. The camera software detects movement, but there's no video available since she didn't have an active subscription with the company, meaning the footage was not saved, as Logan just described. 2:28 a.m., her pacemaker app disconnects from her phone. 11:56 a.m., family checks on her after she did not show up at church. 12:03 p.m., family calls 911 to report a missing person. 12:15 p.m., investigators arrive and launch a search operation, including the use of drones and search dogs. 6:46 p.m., the Pima County Sheriff's Department posts on social media to announce the disappearance. 9 p.m., Pima County Sheriff Chris Nano speaks to report near her house and says he hopes it is a search and rescue mission. So that's basically the timeline.
Okay.
Well, look, we got people talking about psyops in the chat.
Yep.
So
I know.
I'm gonna have to say something because
go right ahead, because that is weird. That is weird that happened.
I don't put, like, when we're in the climate that we're in with what's going on in the world and in America, forget politics, just the information flow that we see or don't see. Nothing would surprise me at all. Like, I can, if I really wanted to, I could come up with a whole theory based on a psyop angle, but I'm not going to torture you guys and do that. But this is a reality of what we're dealing with in the world. And I don't know where I read something online fairly recently. It might have been on X or maybe it was Reddit, where somebody mentioned a psyop relating to the Charlie Kirk case. And then people were in the chat that were like, what are you talking about? A psyop? Like what? And that comes from the simple fact that most people don't know the history of that stuff, that it's a well documented occurrence throughout history related to politics and the intelligence agencies and things like that to manipulate the public and or distract the public. So,
right.
We got the Olympics going on. We got political stuff going on. She's connected her through indirectly to politics. Her daughter was high profile, apparently vocal, and she was vocal about the administration, ICE, etc. So the psyop angle to me is not that far-fetched if you want to manipulate the public discourse about certain topics.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. And it's no wonder that people are asking these kind of questions because, like you said earlier, here we go again with a case that does not just have a cut and dried explanation.
No.
It's just crazy.
And this could be one of the most simplest cases we've seen, and it's still not. You know what I mean?
No.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Everything has to have, it seems like, some kind of a wildly twisted, crooked, flipped upside down tail connected to it. It's insane.
Yeah.
It's just so bizarre that she didn't have like a good security system. This is insane to me.
I don't get that. Why would you not? I mean, especially knowing the kind of money that this family has. If they're even contemplating $6 million in Bitcoin or whatever,
right,
it's not like, they couldn't afford a good security system for their mom.
One of the neighbors that JLR had interviewed stated that the neighborhood there is like they don't lock their doors. Everybody knows each other. They trust each other. It's a very quiet, calm. I don't care. But those are the neighborhood people they go into to do things that like this, to rob and stuff. You know what I mean? So there in turn, when you have an 84-year-old mother, I would insist as a child of this parent of doing something like that.
Yeah, for just that reason, because those houses would be so easy because they are secluded.
Yeah.
They would be easy to, break into, and for someone obviously to get away with whatever, whether it's another person, whether it's any kind of belongings, whatever it may be. So that makes, I would definitely have better security there. So, yeah.
I do think the 41 minutes is strange, specifically because nothing is missing from the house that we know of. So what were they in there doing? Chit-chatting and then something went wrong? Or what are they doing in there?
Yeah.
Right. And did the son-in-law leave right away? I mean, I don't know. Do we know what time he arrived home?
No, I don't think we have
I don't think they've said.
No, I don't think we have that info.
You know, something else that I keep forgetting to talk about this, but it's stuck there. You know, the person that made the call, the parishioner from church, you know, they don't know who that is as of yet, still, from my understanding.
They don't?
Really?
That's what I watched some Megyn Kelly interviewed Brian Enton. They talked about it, and that was Brian said she asked him, and he said, as far as I can tell, no, they don't know who that is. What?
So what are they doing?
That's what I mean. I'm trying to think what you said earlier, Logan, was that they're walking around in circles with their thumbs in their ass, making it look like they're doing something.
Yeah.
Putting sticks in septic tanks instead of cameras.
Yeah. Right. I mean, how do you not? Okay, first and foremost, guys, that's kind of a big deal to me, okay? The person that called this in, that drew attention to this, the one person should be the first person you talk to, the first person you look at, the first person you investigate, in my opinion. And you don't even know who that is?
That's wild.
Wow.
Something's wrong with that.
I did not know that.
Look, I mean, my gut feeling tells me that there is something bigger involved with this, that it's not just with the Epstein files, craziness and political connections, to me screams that there's something else here. Now, of course, that's where my mind normally goes with any high profile type of thing. But with what's been going on, I can't help but to think that we're not going to get the truth about what happened here.
And there's multiple Epstein connections within this circle of things.
Yeah, and it's
you got.
It's interesting that they asked for Bitcoin too. I was watching something the other day that said, like, obviously the Epstein thing is connected to the whole, like, dark, the underground, the whole dark there, and that there's some people saying that Bitcoin may even go, like, really, really low, like drop significantly. So it's just interesting to me that it's Bitcoin that was next for.
Bitcoin is a lot harder to trace. I mean, I know they can do it, but that's pretty untraceable. Is that right?
It's supposed to be, but I would think in 2026 the FBI can crack that stuff.
Yeah, it's not untraceable. I was listening to this this woman earlier. It was almost bad though, because she was almost she stopped herself. She was almost going into detail on how you can almost get away with asking for Bitcoin, and then she kind of during the interview she's like, I should stop. She was giving too much info, but she was saying it's pretty like almost impossible within the United States to cash out some kind of Bitcoin with that amount and to not easily get caught. However, that where she was going and she caught herself. What if you're in another country though? So you get the Bitcoin, and if whoever's involved with this winds up trying to cash this out in another country, and that country maybe doesn't play nice with the United States, that could be a problem. Yeah. And that happens all the time. Not every country is friends with the United States. So
that's true. So Silenced Unchained, no, they have not, to our knowledge, they have not delivered any ransom whatsoever to our knowledge. So we don't as of this moment, we don't know.
One thing too about Bitcoin, and I've said it from since I first knew what Bitcoin was. If you don't think the NSA can figure out the flow of Bitcoin, people just don't fully understand the level of technology that they have. It's way beyond, the saying is DARPA, which is the research arm of the military and the intelligence agencies, has technology that's at least 30 years ahead of civilian technology. So the idea that, oh, Bitcoin, it's untraceable, you can't track it, whatever. I never bought into that. So, I don't know about that whole Bitcoin thing being like an untraceable flow of money. I just don't believe that.
Yeah.
Now, they have to have some way of, and
what's
then
interesting?
Alley Girl, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No. I hope I didn't interrupt you. I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
No.
I was just going to say, what's interesting is that we've been talking about how these are sometimes looked at as distractions for other things. There's in Minneapolis, there's chaos going on again.
Yeah.
Border Patrol shooting, 2 people shot, Portland, Oregon, all sorts of stuff going on. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it makes you wonder, are we being distracted from one thing with another thing?
I wouldn't doubt it.
I have to say yes, man. I mean that again. There's that stuff going on. There's the whole Epstein file dump,
right.
All that stuff, and political connections to the family.
Yeah.
I mean, it's at what point do you have to dismiss all the coincidence?
Which thing is the distraction, though, JJ? Go ahead, Logan. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Logan.
I have 2 things, actually. My first question was, I've heard 2 different things. She was dropped off by an Uber, and I've heard that she was dropped off by Annie herself. My question is, if she was dropped off by an Uber, have they tracked down the Uber? Have they searched that car and gone through that car? The other thing I was going to say is Wonders Deep said that the person from the church calling and giving the tip is actually a false rumor. They didn't call anything about her about her not attending because she attended church online. So the church is saying that that's not true. They didn't call.
There it is.
To Logan's question there. I think she took an Uber to go to the family dinner, but a family member did drop her off.
The son-in-law dropped her back at home.
Right at 9:48.
That's what I was.
At 9:48.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. When did he arrive home then? After that?
That I don't know.
Yeah,
that's the timeline we should know about. Like, how long was he there? How long was he gone when he dropped her off?
Exactly.
I agree, Robin.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he's a person of interest.
Oh,
he would
they haven't been cleared. That's the problem. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know that yourself. So
right.
Yeah. This thing with the Bitcoin, though, I've never seen where they've had the account be public so that people can be watching it. Have you guys ever heard anything like that?
My understanding is that the Bitcoin wallet stuff is all public access. I don't know 100%. That's how it was explained to me. So, I would be curious if anybody knows more about that. Then please explain.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all Greek to me, but that's just weird. So it's
I
Venmo.
mean, it's almost like one was saying, like, because now there's like rumors Epstein was involved with the creation of Bitcoin and so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So, I just think that whenever if this was just a regular family and this type of an event happened, it's a lot easier to just be like into the actual, just the crime itself, what happened, who was involved. We want to know, what have they found? What are they investigating? But when you have these peripheral connections that are high profile, I mean, her daughter was on a huge mainstream show, right? Which I didn't even know what show she was on, but I know that it's a big show. And then I'm finding out like her husband had worked with Clinton and things like that. I mean, come on, man, with all the shit that's going on and the connection with the Clintons and Epstein and all these people and Epstein and the ICE stuff and the stuff going on around the country. it just seems a little too coincidental that all these things are happening. I don't know. I just can't
Yeah,
help to
well,
feel that.
it's
So
hard when there's here again, just like Idaho 4, you have kind of this perfect storm brewing where it could be several different avenues that coalesce into one, maybe. I mean, you know,
Yeah, no, I agree,
so
Robin. It could be more than one thing. You know, it's like, especially if there's some political motivation, right? Because typically when something high profile happens, you guys are probably sick of hearing me and DA talk about it. They do it for more than one reason,
right.
typically. So,
Hmm.
um, I don't know, man. I'd like to see, because you guys have more information on this case than
yeah.
I do.
So
I'm
I know
playing catch up.
there's some question on Bitcoin. So for those of you who are wondering, yes, you can view the balance and transaction history of any Bitcoin account if you have their public wallet address, because the Bitcoin blockchain is a public, transparent, and permanent ledger. Anyone can use a blockchain explorer such as blockchain.com or blockstream.info. While you can see the funds and transactions, you cannot automatically see the owner's real world identity. Pseudonymity: transactions are tied to addresses, strings of letters and numbers, not names, so the owner remains anonymous unless the address is linked to a person. The public ledger: every transaction is recorded, allowing anyone to track when a wallet receives or sends assets. Uh, the blockchain explorer: tools like blockchain.com, blockstream.info, or CoinTracker allow users to paste a public key to see the full transaction history. Limits to tracking: while the activity is public, identifying the owner often requires linking that address to a known entity, such as a centralized exchange.
That's just weird that people can see your money movement. It's like the
Yeah,
whole Venmo thing. I,
yeah, it's
I
weird, right? I
what it,
know.
I don't want people seeing my finances. Call me old school. I don't want them
Right.
to know when I'm moving money around.
I mean,
Unless they want to give us some, right?
some
Yeah, right,
people in
yeah.
the chat have mentioned like the Olympics, right? Obviously
Yeah.
going on, and we all know that there were some athletes speaking out, you know, saying things they weren't happy with certain aspects of what's going on here.
Right.
One of which lives in my area, um, and so I don't think that's a coincidence. I mean, that's not a good look. Now, I'm a free speech absolutist. So I have mixed feelings about that stuff if you're an athlete representing the country, but I'm also staunch supporter of free speech. So I
Mm-hmm.
believe you should be able to voice whatever. I mean, what was it, 1968, the black glove, you know, with the fists in the air,
Mm-hmm.
right? uh, you need people to speak out about things. And I
Yeah.
know, like, I have very mixed feelings about certain things like this, but that's a big thing, right? That's the world is seeing that. So distractions always seem to be very timely.
Yeah.
Very true.
Right. It's like
Very
look.
true.
It's like they're dangling a carrot. Like, look over here. Don't look over here.
Yeah.
You know, you're right. It's right there.
And it sucks that I always feel this way, but this is how I feel.
This comment's cracking me up from Critic Rick 66. What was that, Robin? We just hear
I need a
PS5.
new.
I'll keep that. I'll keep that in mind, Critic Rick. I'll keep that in mind.
Good one.
They're pretty expensive, I guess. So I wouldn't know because I don't. I'm boring. I don't play games like that. My game. I show my age is Mario Brothers. So
And I'm just on a side note because everybody's always asking me. I posted a little like 6 minute preview video of it's not me. It's a it's a montage that I did to my Substack. I haven't posted it to YouTube yet. So if anybody wanted to sort of get an idea of some of the things that inspired me to talk about the things that I talk about, if you go to Substack, it should be just state of the deep at substack.com or some. I have to find my account address, but it's just a little montage with a little voiceover. It's kind of the things that inspired me to start talking about a lot of this type of stuff that I dig into.
Yeah, I thought I had your Substack link.
Let me see if I can just send it right now to you, Robin, because I don't like the interface on Substack. I'm not that fluid with it. And let me just see if I can maybe send you the link to the post. Maybe that would be the easiest. If there's any Substack wizards on here.
Yeah, I have your X account, but I could have swore I had your.
I've been in X jail for a while, so.
Really? What did you do?
How do you get
How
an X jail? I thought they allow like everything on X.
Oh, I do. You talk shit about Elon? Trust me, you get in.
Oh man,
you'll get de-amplified. Believe me. If you guys look at my account, some of the biggest accounts follow me. Don't ask me how or why, but yet I'll make posts and get like 6 views. And I only have 2,000 followers, but if I post something, I'll literally get 6, 7 views on certain topics. So, they can say, "Oh, free speech," but they can de-amplify your posts.
Oh, our Cobain talk last night was restricted on my YouTube. I had to just fight it today.
I don't get that. It didn't happen on mine. Did that happen on yours, Dego?
I'm looking right now.
Because ours was fine.
I had to go back and
appeal.
Let me
I had
double
to go
check.
back and mute every S word for the note. Yeah.
Really?
You have to be kidding me.
Yep.
Wow.
What the heck?
Yeah, I don't think Devil's Advocates was restricted.
No,
as far as
I had nothing, no problems, no warnings, no nothing. That is so weird.
Logan, you're such a troublemaker.
Okay, is your channel listed as 18 plus, Logan?
I don't know.
Okay,
I'd have to go look.
Yeah, go in the background when you get a chance and make sure that you set it for 18 plus only. Because if you don't, I've been hit before I did that. I got hit by that before too. So that could be what happened. So
okay, I put your Substack in the chat, JJ.
I didn't think we.
I just emailed you the link to that, Robin, to that post.
Alrighty, and I just put your Substack channel in the chat for you too.
Thank you very much.
You are quite welcome. Well, I certainly we were having a rash of that going on lately. We had to like appeal. I don't know how many to get a human review. It's like I don't know, crazy.
What's going on in Idaho? Anything new? Nothing new.
Nope.
What you were telling me some stuff earlier, I think.
What?
Weren't you?
With Idaho? Well,
yeah.
Well, maybe not.
Yeah, sure. Well, there's nothing really new. Pa was talking about gun rack guy. Harsh was he's talking about the what is it? True crime forensics again, but he covered it in a good way. He's so for Harsh's credit, he's not saying that everything that this guy is saying he hears 100%. He's going through it. Listen to the stuff yourself. But again, the only thing I can say, I'm not bashing or attacking true crime forensics. All I say is whoever you listen to, whoever comes up and they claim to be an expert on whatever, just make sure that you vet on who you are following as an expert. Like if someone's claiming to be an expert, they shouldn't have a problem, showing their credentials to back it up.
Right.
That's all I can say. I'm not saying that he's not. I know the guy said he's an audio specialist and all this stuff. I think I'm in the same boat as Robin. I'm horrible with audio, and I will say it. I suck with audio. I don't. It's not that I don't hear. I do. I hear screams, but I can't. I suck with audio. I don't know. It's probably me working with the. I used to police the subways and the trains, so maybe my hearing is all messed up.
I was going to ask you a question, a little off subject, Logan. I didn't get a chance to because Bronx had to use the potty last night. You said so. And I know I keep pushing this because I'm like a 5-year-old because I can't until I realize or know. Robin and one will catch this, probably JJ too right away as soon as I ask you this question. But are you familiar with anything involving the Princess Diana situation?
What do you mean?
Like, do you know who she is, what happened, and all that stuff?
Yeah, of course.
You have any questions about that ever? Had you ever, or do you just take it for what it is?
Gosh, it's been a long time. I'd have to go back and read some things and stuff. But I mean, I was really young. I was like 7 or 8.
That's why I didn't know if you knew, but gotcha.
But and I as an adult had followed a bunch of stuff on it and looked into it and stuff. But
okay.
But yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
Why I'm asking her.
It's been a long time though, but yeah.
A lot of fuckery involved with that.
Yeah, it wasn't an accident.
Do it again.
Nope.
Wasn't
not
an
at
accident.
all. Yeah, you'll never convince me otherwise.
No. I feel like that one was very clearly not an accident.
I've been hinting around to that being our next case that we do on Sundays. It's covering
That'd be cool.
So I was just curious what you knew.
Yeah, well, I think we'll probably take, I guess, like a vote or something. We'll look at. There's a bunch of. I mean, it's like never ending. I think Robin. I think I spoke with her. I know
that would be a good idea. Yeah,
she said that she'd love to do that.
We should do a poll.
That's what I said. A poll. It would be more up to the community, of course, because
we should.
Oh yeah. We'll have to pick like 2 or 3 cases and see. We'll do a poll. We'll be poll masters.
I mean,
polling.
Do a poll.
I mean, it's definitely
we'll do a poll.
A case that I would love to cover somewhere down the line. We have plenty of time. I've always had a passion for John Benet Ramsey, so I would.
That's another
cover
good one.
Something.
Have
you guys ever heard of the David? I think his name's David Crowley case in Minnesota. Mm-hmm. That is insane.
It is very wild.
That is the most wild case you will ever dig into in your life. More wild than Idaho, I think.
Be careful digging into it because you'll get stuck. I'll tell you right now.
Oh boy! All right.
I've already dug into it.
All right, now I'm gonna.
The only case I've ever seen that's more fucked up than Idaho 4 was the West Memphis 3.
Yeah, that one's pretty bad. That was Crowley is.
That was insane. I mean,
I think Crowley's worse, to be honest with you, JJ.
Oh yeah.
Really? I gotta check it out.
So interesting.
The Memphis 3 is bad. The Central Park 5 was bad. That was really bad. That's one I always lean on when I talk about how people can be innocent and be found guilty of something. You know what I'm saying? But the Crowley case is crazy. It's just crazy. The whole thing is nuts.
I would
give me the elevator pitch. Tell me what it's about. The basics.
So David Crowley and his wife, they had a young daughter. I think she was like 5 or something around there. So they ruled it a self-deletion unaliving of his family, that he unalived his wife, his daughter, and himself. But there's just so much about it, like who wrote in their red fluid on the wall something of like an Arabic type thing. She was in the Arabic or something like that. It's just, there's just so many tiny details. It would take me forever to even give you a small rundown. You have to just look it up and slowly get into it. It's very wild. There's just a lot of things to it. There's other deaths that happen after that in the family and that are strange. And
I dropped 2 links in the back chat for you, Joe, that you could one of them is a quick like once over of it, and then the other one's a little bit more in depth after 10 years after the murders and stuff like that, of stuff that I went into when I was looking at it. So it'll give you a real quick look at it.
He was I
don't have access. I don't have access to the back chat, just so you know.
The private chat?
Yes, yeah, no.
No, I don't think because he doesn't have a seat, I don't think.
Oh, I thought because anybody on panel
you can't see the private chat, Joe?
No, if you want to email me the links, I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, no, that's fine. That's weird. I thought anybody on panel could see the private chat. Okay.
Yeah.
Unless I'm not seeing how I don't
have... over to the right, there's that where the chat's at. Up top of it, it says recording, comments, and private chat. If you click the private chat box, it takes you to where the private chat is, studio chat.
Right.
Oh, I see. I got it. I had to minimize the screen. I got you.
Yeah, and then just take those links, and that'll take you. You can save them or whatever. Logan's right. Like that's wild. It is really wild.
So what started it off was he was making a movie to expose like the military and a lot of things going on with that, and then suddenly he ends up unalived his wife and his daughter, but there were so many things wrong with the crime scene itself that told you no way did he do that. But they just talk about him like he had mental health issues and he was controlling, and they want to paint it that way, but just the crime scene itself, all the things leading up to it, and then deaths in the family afterwards show that it was more likely a hit of some sort.
It's David Crowley.
Yes, David Crowley. I put it in the name.
I got it. I'm creating a note with the links right now.
The name's in the chat. I just typed it. And if there's a lot of pieces and parts of it, Joe, that would be interesting to you and the things that you look into.
Yeah.
Truly.
Okay. Yeah. No.
You'd be very interested. Actually, that case, you reminded me of that case. That's why I mentioned that.
Yeah.
I'll definitely. I just copied the link, so I made a note to remind myself.
The first link, Joe, is just a little like, I think it's, hold on, let me look at my thing again and see.
His movie was called Gray State, and yours is State of the Deep.
I will definitely put that in the chat for you then.
Oh, wait, what was the movie called?
State of the Deep.
Gray State.
Oh, I think I saw that. Was there a documentary on it?
Yes.
That is the documentary. Yeah.
I think there's a documentary. I'm familiar with that.
Isn't there a movie too, though, Logan? Like they portrayed. Yeah, I thought there was a movie too.
Yeah, now I know exactly what you're talking about. He was like exposing shit with the military and stuff like that.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what
Diego has
you're
a question.
About.
I did cover Christopher Tapp very quickly. Very sad situation because he was, again, wrongfully convicted, sat in prison, got out, and then he died. That's a very sad, and it's a very questionable case as well, you guys, the Christopher Tapp situation. If you get time, look into it. You'll see why I said that. Yeah. It's a lot like and in Idaho, okay? And then, like I said, he gets out finally after he spends so many years in prison, and then he passes away. There's something really wrong with that. I'll just say that.
Yeah, that is sad.
So, Robin, I know it was like really quick the other night. Was there anything? I didn't see anything today, but was there anything like we wanted to cover on, maybe mention on Luigi or?
Well, the main thing right now with Luigi is the fact that now the state is going to be going first in their case instead of the federal, and to me it just seems like kind of a pissing match between the two judges,
right?
And so it really screws him in a lot of different ways, because now Karen and her team, they're going to have to be very careful about how they move forward, because anything that they bring up in the state case, of course, the federal government can use against Luigi.
Right.
So
and I thought, it's interesting.
It's going to limit them on what they're going to be able to do. I mean, one of the biggest things that he could hope for is probably jury nullification. I mean, really, So, and thank you, Amanda B. She gifted someone else a membership, and it looks like Jenny22 is the recipient of that. So, thank you very much, Amanda B. You are fabulous.
I was talking to Lee off camera, obviously, about the Luigi thing, and it's interesting because with the way that the judge came down with her ruling about the death penalty, the federal government can appeal the decision. But what's interesting about that is that if they go that route and they try to appeal it, then it looks like they're trying to circumvent, that that they can go and try to kill whoever they want, basically. So it's going to be interesting So it's going to be interesting to see if they go that route or not,
Right. Which is going to set precedent. I mean, if they appeal and they're successful, what is that going to say for other cases? And it's just like with this case, with the Guthrie case. They take these high profile cases like this, and it's like anybody else, and I'm not minimizing the horrible things that happen to people, but look at all the other murders. You don't have Pam Bondi coming in personally to, try to make someone look guilty. If ever there was a capital case, it's this one for Luigi's case. I mean, it's just so odd to me, and so wrong on so many levels that the federal government is getting involved with this way. So
and he had an outburst, right?
What?
He had an outburst in court, but we can't see it because there's no camera. But
that sucks that New York has that there's no cameras in the courthouses in New York, because I mean, and who could blame him? I mean, I wouldn't blame anybody. Nobody should be able to be tried, in the same year for the thing,
and then I believe, and then what I read too is that not quoting, but basically I guess kind of subquoting, so she made the decision that the state's going first, and then once that was made, I believe his defense was saying they need at least till July, right? And the judge was like, no, I think picked a day in early June, I believe, and said, no, that's the day.
Yeah, he said, be ready.
Right, be ready. Right.
Be ready. So it reminded me of Hitler. I mean, here we go again with these judges. I mean, there's that judge, Judge Gull in Kentucky, the other case that Lee's been working on, and it's just crazy. These judges, I don't know. I kind of sometimes feel like judges shouldn't, like, they should be other people besides prosecutors. I don't know.
Yeah,
it just seems
they
like
seem to
no
hold,
matter who
Can
you
you
get on the
imagine?
bench.
Could you imagine
hold a lot of power?
A defense attorney?
I'm sorry?
Could you imagine? Sorry, 1-1. I didn't mean to do that. Could you imagine a judge that was a defense attorney?
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
It'd be wild.
Yeah, they wouldn't know what to do with that judge.
Could you guys imagine, or do you guys ever sit back and think like, okay, if this case was in this state and had a different judge, how would that case have turned out? I always think,
absolutely,
all the time,
absolutely.
Most
like
definitely.
If you could transplant a case from one state to another, how different would it turn out?
I think each case should have more than one judge. It should be like 3 judges, and
they got a lot of power.
Isn't it that way in England? That
I believe. I think you're right. They Yeah, I think they sit in front of like a multiple panel of judges, like 3 or 4 of them. I think you're right.
I always
Yeah,
say, what if
I
the judge
agree,
spills his
Logan.
coffee in his lap that morning and is having a really shit day? Then
Yeah,
he's gonna, like, seriously, they have, you know what I
yeah,
mean? They have emotions and stuff too. They're regular people. So I
Yeah.
wonder if that
sure.
ever sways any decisions or anything if they're having a bad
Maybe.
day.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's
Well,
human nature, they're not supposed
well,
to, but
one thing
Well,
I
it could
Angie,
happen.
yeah.
while I always say, like, all these high profile cases that are going on all have a thread of people that either are trying to become either federal investigators or federal related stuff, or have CIA recruitment programs like UPenn, right? That's where Luigi went, correct?
yeah.
Has a
Yeah.
very robust CIA recruiting pipeline, and anybody could look it up. It's very, very common with Ivy League institutions. It's a thing. It's a known thing. Anybody? Did you guys watch The Sopranos? Any big
Oh,
Yeah.
Sopranos fans?
Yeah.
oh my God!
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah,
Oh,
Forget about it.
No,
yeah. I
sorry.
probably said this. I lived in the area where they shot The
Yeah.
Sopranos. I used to see them
yeah.
filming all the time. And there's a scene in one of the episodes on The Sopranos where, Meadows going to Columbia, whatever, and she's hanging out with her friends at some like beach party at night, like a bonfire. And
Yep.
one of the kids is talking about what he's gonna do after he graduates, and they're like, "Oh, so are you gonna? Did you decide if you're gonna apply to the CIA or not?" And the kid's like, "Oh, well, I mean, it's very, very common in Ivy League schools that
Yeah.
kids get recruited by the CIA." And
Hmm.
so my theory on Luigi is that he is CIA. He was recruited by the CIA, and that he's just an actor. And I won't go into the rest of my theory on that, but in my opinion, those cases have CIA fingerprints all over them.
Sure.
Well,
It would
the
make
thing
sense.
is, I do agree that it's probably, I honestly feel it's probably more than one person because you cannot see who the shooter is from the back. And no matter who it is, they're a very cool customer because the gun jams, they're able to unjam the gun, calmly shoot, and just go on their merry way. So, regardless of who it is, it's definitely not just some Joe Schmo with no kind of training whatsoever.
No.
So,
I've always thought.
And that decision was crazy. I spoke extensively with Lee. I mean, and Robin, we had our Sunday show where we covered the Terry stop in depth with
right.
the 911 call and the body
Yep.
camera. If anything, I would have thought that the backpack would have been thrown out, but
I can't
was
believe
not.
that it wasn't.
But I was not. I really didn't, because of the magnitude and the level that the case has got, that it received. I really didn't think that the death penalty was going to be thrown out, but the backpack being thrown out.
Right.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
We have
source, Chriser. Appreciate you
Yay!
jumping in the sauce with us. Very much
Nice,
appreciated.
nice,
Welcome to the family.
nice,
Yeah, I agree.
wonderful.
But Robin, I would think he's got an excellent. Luigi has excellent lawyer there, though. I mean,
Oh my gosh.
so
I don't know how he could have a better lawyer. I mean, she
right.
has
I
gone
mean,
and her team. Don't forget, she's got that team behind her too. So,
right.
I mean,
I don't know
it's
how I don't know how she's gonna still be. I know for now the backpack is being allowed, but she's gonna be
yeah.
fighting that.
Yeah, I don't think we've heard the last about that backpack, that's for sure.
I've always thought
Nope.
that he was part of a group, not just him by himself. That's just my thing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so if he is guilty in any respect, I do not believe that he did it alone because if anything, allegedly he could have been a decoy, and I know I may be angering some of the Luigi people. I'm sorry, but this is what we do here. We play devil's advocates with things.
Right,
We
right.
look at
Yeah.
things from every angle. So you cannot not ask the question, was he a decoy? I mean,
Right.
because he just happens to have all this stuff, incriminating stuff in the backpack. You can't get away from that potential
So
angle of it.
the whole thing about the McDonald's thing, the way that all went down was
Hmm.
just so weird to me, guys. So
Right.
off, like it just didn't line up in a like what I would expect something like that to go down like. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Right.
we covered it. We covered it extensively. I mean, the call. It doesn't really matter that so in the call, the manager says that he's, five workers came to her and said that there's a suspicious person that it seems to match the shooter,
Right.
from New
Mhm.
York. But the part where they said that he's suspicious really doesn't mean anything. It means nothing. So
No.
people are like dwelling on that. So I've tried to explain to people from me, like if I heard that, if I was given that job as a from the 911 operator, and I responded, and there's the person that matches. Okay, you have an identified caller. Okay, so it's called the 2-prong test.
Yeah.
You have an identifiable, you have a description. The issue though with it is that basically they're showing up on scene. They're at a Terry stop. They're at a stop question possible frisk at that moment.
Hang on a second, woman.
Yeah, go
We
ahead.
have a gift.
Yep.
Thank you, Michelle. That is so sweet. She says doggy treats for Bronx. Thank you so much for the super.
Nice.
That's so sweet. I
Awesome.
appreciate you.
So yeah, they had the officers responding had every reason to engage Luigi, to talk with him. He did not show any suspicious behavior. They were able to, I think he was there for a half hour. He
ordered food and sat down to eat it. That's what he
Right.
did.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But there was a description, and they're saying that he matches someone of a violent crime that happened. So they had every reason to engage him and to talk with him. The problem is that there's nothing that gets them from that moment to probable cause.
Right. They could frisk
Exactly.
him, but they shouldn't have been able to touch the backpack, right?
No, to touch the backpack, even so. Just going to that scene, even if he was holding the backpack, they still can't go in. All they could do is just maybe move the backpack away. If they have somewhere, they think that maybe he has some kind of weapon or something in there, but they can't go inside it. There's they don't have any legal grounds to go inside it. They're not at probable cause.
Exactly.
And you can't, basically they went backwards. You can't make up your own nonsense. Oh, I thought he had a bomb. We thought he had a bomb there. Okay, fine. You think he had a bomb in there? Let's go back to the body camera. Let's go back to the job that you responded to. What in that job made you believe that there was a bomb in the bag? They're just doing that to cover their ass. Basically, that's all it is. Because an identifiable person telling you that there is a bomb inside of a bag, if it's it's for a public area, a bus depot, a train station, you do not have to be a probable cause. You do not have to have a warrant. You can go through someone's bag. This was not that case, and the body camera is right there. Where did they exercise anything at all to show? They didn't evacuate McDonald's. They didn't do anything. It was all they did was backpedal to make up an excuse to do an illegal search and seizure. I have never seen a more clear example of an illegal search and seizure. For everyone in the chat that's a Luigi fan, yes, I agree. is purely an illegal search and seizure. From my experience, they had no legal grounds to go through that bag. So
Do you follow that?
Go ahead.
Logan?
Some of it, yeah. I mean, I try and keep up with most.
Any thoughts? Any thoughts from you on that? And any of it?
I mean, I don't necessarily think it was him. I think it was all set up, and it just none of it makes sense.
Right.
None of it makes sense. I mean, just the whole from start to begin, or from beginning to end, with the whole backpack and all that, and then the stepping right in frame of the camera. I don't know. It's just all weird.
Yeah, that was weird for sure.
You know what sucks is my theories can never be proven true. So even if I like make predictions about theories that I think fuckery is going on with, if the feds are involved, we're never going to get the actual truth unless, I always say, right, a whistleblower comes forward.
Whistleblower, right.
But you know,
but then
you
even if you
whistleblow on the intelligence agencies, you got to leave the country. So,
right. But then whistleblowers they've had stuff in the past with whistleblowers, right? That try to come forward, right? Like with Biden's son and different things, and then they just try to discredit them, and either if they're not killed or disappear, they kind of they make their life hell. That's why that's why it's so hard to get a whistleblower. You're like victimized.
So I'm fighting a losing battle because it's like I'm never going to be. It's not that guy was right. It's just I have to say what I believe.
Something bad always happens.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
you guys follow. I'll give you an example of a whistleblower situation. Did I interrupt somebody? If I did, I didn't mean to.
No.
Okay.
No.
Are you guys familiar with the train derailment that happened here in Ohio?
Yes.
In East Palestine. Okay. I'm like 35 minutes from that. Okay. And now I haven't been able to verifiably prove this. Molly looked into it and said it's true. It is what it is. So and I can't even think because it's been so long now, the name of the company that owns the train that did this. Okay. Norfolk Southern. I think that's it. Okay. So anyway, there was a plane that took off out of Washington when this was all happening, and they were going to have like a town hall, they call it, with the whole town of East Palestine. Now, if you guys notice, when that happened, it happened. They made a big deal about it for about a week, and then everything shut down and disappeared. You didn't hear nothing else about it. Okay. And I'm only bringing this up because of the whistleblower conversation, and it's very interesting to me. So a plane takes off from Washington with people that are part of the company. On board, the theory or not, the rumor was that there were 2 people on that plane out of 10 that were whistleblowers. That during this town hall, we're gonna spit it, okay? Put it out there that this whole thing was not what it was looked like it was. Now, the plane goes into flight and crashes. Everybody on the plane, including the pilots, they all died. So when I heard that, as I was in the middle of a different show talk, because I did cover that, I talked about it because it was local to me. And after hearing, I was like, wait, what? So yeah, it makes you wonder just how common situations like that are, because that blew my mind. That blew my mind. And the people that were on the plane that were quote unquote whistleblowers, they weren't known to be, but based on what we found out after the fact, they were and would have been because of what their position they held was, so on and so forth. And there was many people that died, animals dying, people's homes, all this stuff happened that was kept out of the news. There was just a tiny little bit of it that was put in the news when it happened, and then they shut it down completely. Yep. And you have no idea. Yeah, it's a lot like the Silkwood story, Tomboy. 100%. If you guys are familiar with the movie Silkwood, the Karen Silkwood, same situation. Okay, same thing. And it's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy that these things truly do, in my opinion, they happen. People
Sure.
are like, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, you're this, you're that." You
Yeah.
got to see it happen in front of your face to realize, like, wow, this shit's nuts. You
It
know what I mean?
happens all the time.
Yeah.
The Boeing
Mhm.
guy, the guy who was a whistleblower on Boeing,
Right.
commits suicide in his car.
Yeah.
I mean, he
Right.
was supposed to testify like the next day or 2 days later. It's and again, I've said this many times. I understand why people don't want to think about this kind of thing. I get
Sure.
it.
It's
It's
not
a
comfortable.
heavy weight to know
It
that
is.
Mhm.
powerful institutions murder people because of money and political reasons. But there's
Right.
enough evidence for that happening over the years, many, many, many times, that it's a reality. It is a
Right.
reality. So the people get offended, like if people are talking about these types of things, maybe they just don't want to accept the way things really happen. And
Yeah.
on one level, I don't blame them,
Sure.
but you
Yeah.
have to know, I would rather be someone who would face the uncomfortable truth about certain things than to not address it because it's uncomfortable and it pisses you off.
Yeah.
Right.
And
There's
I
a saying about being comfortable with being uncomfortable, and
yeah.
sometimes
Sure.
you have to be able to do that. So
yeah,
yeah, you're right.
it's just
Yeah.
a thing, and it applies to true crime cases. It applies to the news. It applies to many things with big business.
Yep.
And it's just, I think if I really believe this, if more people would realize what citizens are up against, regular
Mhm.
people,
Yeah.
Yep.
not very wealthy people and things like that, powerful people, because those people, in many ways, I believe, are protected unless
Yeah.
they go against the
Right.
power
Right.
structure.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Right.
if you want to know why I'm so suspicious about these high profile cases, just read some books about things that have happened. I mean, there's some mainstream books that will blow you away.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have
literally, I mean, there's a New York Times bestseller.
There.
Everybody's heard of it, Confessions of an Economic Hitman.
I
Read
gave you
that
100,
book.
Logan. Sorry, JJ.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no,
I
have a-
appreciate it.
Yes.
just like
I have a thread. I have a thread for Idaho. It's not really. He's not really a whistleblower, but I remember this was like, I think about 6 or 7 months ago. I spoke to Lee off camera about it. I don't remember the guy's name offhand, so I'm horrible with names sometimes. But I don't know if you guys were aware, but there's a specific person that kind of works at DoorDash that's in charge, that was in charge of like the records or whatnot. Like if you had some kind of like case or something and you needed some kind of records, there's a specific person that, whatever his name was, and he mysteriously like died in like a boating accident. And it's really weird because if you look up the weather
wow.
if you look up the weather of where I have to get more info on it again. I forget all the pertinent details, but it's very interesting. Like they said, like,
Okay.
there was bad weather and all this stuff. But if you look up the weather from where the boat was, seems like it's a farce. It's a created thing.
Okay.
But
Of course.
Hmm.
It happens all
Well,
the time. Like I said, that plane
yeah.
crash happened here with this whole Norfolk Southern thing. Like the weather was perfect. The pilot had been flying for like 35 years. It just didn't make any sense. But the plane goes down and completely destroys everything, and everybody in it dies.
Yeah.
It's just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And how quickly
crazy.
did the helicopter that crashed into the plane in the
Yes.
Potomac, how quickly did that story go away?
Very, like the next
Yeah,
day.
real
It was
quick.
gone.
Right.
The
Right.
barge
Yeah.
that crashed into the bridge. You remember
Yeah.
that one?
Yeah.
How
Yep.
quickly did that story
Yeah, the
go
sailboat.
away?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was a
Absolutely.
sailboat. Yeah.
That was 24 hours it
Craziness.
was gone. I remember that.
Yep.
It's
So-
I
crazy.
do. Tomboy,
Well,
yes.
gang, we have certainly had a lot of different topics tonight. It's been awesome as always. And I think we'll wrap it there for this evening, but we will be back again tomorrow evening. Dago, you got anything special going on tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
I love you.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't as of right now, but
Okay.
you never know with me. Things pop
All
off
right.
at the drop of a
You
dime.
never know.
But I will
Okay, well, hopefully,
I
if
will
I
be
get a
out there.
chance, if I see you're on, I'll pop over. And Miss Logan, how about you? You got anything special going on tomorrow over on your side? Or maybe she's letting Bronx out.
There she is.
There she is.
No, I'm gonna put out a pre-recorded tomorrow at some point. Probably we'll post in the evening,
Nice.
but that's about it for
Nice.
tomorrow. I'm still digging
Okay.
into some trafficking stuff with it's just I have such a long list, so many names and so many avenues to check and verify and dig through. So it's just taking much longer than I anticipated. It's a lot of work. So
Well, I can understand that. The work never stops, that's for sure.
No.
So all right. Well, then we will see everyone back here tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and 9 p.m. Eastern, and wherever you are in the world, sometime around there. So thanks so much. And so let's go around. How about we do Logan, Dago, Joe, 1-1, and then I'll close us out.
All right.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for all the super chats and the gifted and just everything. You guys are the ones who make this show possible and bring us all together. It's really you guys. It's not us. So I don't think we could ever express how much we appreciate you. We appreciate you so much for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Do something nice for yourself today. Be kind, but more importantly, be kind to your animals. Bye, guys.
Like she
Right
said,
on.
guys, you guys are all amazing. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to take an extra second and guys, take a few minutes tonight, if you will, please. Make sure first and foremost you hit the like button here at Devil's Advocates. Please hop on over to Bronx Tales True Crime and make sure to hit the like button over there and subscribe and hit the notifier if you have not yet done it. And please, if you will, here at the True Crime Cafe, please do the same. And make sure that you hit the like button, subscribe, and share it out from all channels, guys, if you could. It just takes a few minutes and it doesn't cost you a penny. Thank you to all the moderators throughout all the channels. You guys are all amazing. Thank you to this amazing panel of people that I get to hang out with every night. I'm super duper grateful for that. Love to all of you guys. Truly, everybody be safe, healthy. Don't forget to love yourselves and love each other, guys. And please don't change a thing because, as I always say, you guys are the beautiful people.
Yeah.
All right. Joe?
Thank you to the advocates, as always. Thank you for having me. I always enjoy our chats, especially when we get a little crazy and talk about state of the deep type stuff. And thank you to the denizens and the meatballs and all the mods. I really appreciate what you guys do. And I'm just, like I said, I'm happy to be a part of it.
All right. Thank you. 1-1?
All right. Thanks to everyone. Logan, Dago, JJ, Robin, of course. Great discussion. As always, all the meatballs, denizens, all the mods. Amanda, great work on the logo stuff and all the stuff you do. All the mods that we have. Keep questioning stuff. Keep bringing your thoughts. As Logan said, the community doesn't exist without you. We're here just to, we bring up different talking points and discussions. But you guys out there in the chat and the show, you are equally as important. And we'll keep being, as we said in the beginning, we promote debating. Debating is fine, but try to do it in a respectful manner. And I will end with a movie quote.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah.
since the boss man seems to love this, so here we go. Little pigs, let me come in, not by the hair on your chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house in. What do you guys think?
Children's book, right? I don't.
Yes,
I
it
don't
is,
know
but it is. Yes, but it's from a movie.
Oh, well, I was gonna say it's also from a group. Green Jelly put a video out called "The Three Little Pigs," and that's part of their song. But it's from a movie.
Yeah, I give it. It's from an early '80s movie.
Oh man,
The Shining.
You got it.
It wasn't me. It was Patty Barnett put that out.
I haven't gotten one yet.
Good job, Patty.
Good job. Good job. Excellent.
Good job. Good job. I suck.
I went. In Colorado is the Stanley Hotel. Where they based that hotel off of that, and I actually I went there I went on a motorcycle trip a couple of years ago, and I stayed. It's in Estes Park, Colorado, which is way up northern Colorado. A really beautiful area. And I just was like, I gotta go there, man. I gotta check that place out. It's a very cool place. They have music shows there. They have comedy shows there. If you're ever in Colorado, go check out the Stanley Hotel.
Oh, it's still up and running then, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Gotcha.
Well, thank everyone so much. You guys are just, like Dago said, you guys are some very cool people that, we get to all hang out together every night. And all you in the chats, all three chats, you are just the coolest. And our mods couldn't do what we do without you. And, we're going to keep pressing forward. We're going to keep examining all these different cases. Trying to get to the truth as much as we possibly can. It's too important not to. And, just thank you for all you do. And we will see you all tomorrow evening once again.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good
night.
night.
Good night.